Okay, it says Andrew throws a football to Taylor that follows the path h equals negative 4.9 t squared plus 19.6 t plus 1.2 t. What is the maximum height of the ball? I didn't get big into this yesterday, but I'm going to right now. As soon as you hear the word maximum or minimum, what do you instantly find when you hear the word maximum or minimum point of a parabola? Thank you, Andrew, for that correct answer you did. So there should be a plus 6 on the zero number 2. Sorry? Yeah. Okay. How many wins did you guys have last year again? 1. Yeah, I guess. Okay, let's keep going here, okay? So it says here, okay, I'm going to start with Riley then. Riley, can you give me the first step here, please? Go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Plus 1.2. Okay, so what you're doing is here, you just want to have, okay guys, can I go here please? You just want to have plain t squared inside the brackets. So whatever the number is beside the t squared is, you divide it just from the first two. Okay? The last number you don't need, so you don't have to do anything with it. When I talked to Mr. Van Straten and Mr. Lacey, they said they had enough chalkboard space that they did their completing the square step aside over here. I don't, so I do underneath, and that's what I do, just like this. Okay. Jesse, can you be brave and give me the next step, please?
You get negative 4 divided by 2.
Good. Where'd you get the negative 4 from? Good. Okay, good. And then square. Good. Jesse, you're not done yet. Negative 4 divided by 2 is what? Good. And what is negative 2 squared? Now, somebody said to me, he or she shall name us. At their class last year, they didn't do this step and you didn't show it. That's fine, as long as you get the right answer. The problem is, starting today, we're going to get to like fractions and things like that. And completing the square with fractions, if you don't show your work, it's going to be hard to get the right numbers, that's all. All right, Dustin, what do I do now, please, if anything? Yeah, or h equals, but yeah. Yeah? No, we're not going to knock the underlying one. It's going to be this one here. So it's going to be t squared minus 4t plus 4 minus 4 plus 1.2. Taylor, we're going backwards to you right now. Taylor, what do we do now, if anything?
Do the negative 4 times negative 4.9.
Good. Negative 4 times negative 4.9. Plus, what is that, 19.6? It's a very good throw you did there. Yeah, that's not square. Okay, so all that we did here, like we're doing it like foiling here, that's what we're doing, okay? All we're trying to do is take this bracket here and move it in like this, right? Okay? Yeah, so just a negative 4. So what all we did, right, was negative 4.9 times negative 4. That's all we did. And then because that, right, the bracket sort of just goes there. All right, now this is the part that left some people crazy. Not crazy, left some people stupefied yesterday. I'm actually factoring this. That's what I'm doing here. Like, there's no magic. There's nothing that's disappearing. Because when I do the next step, I'm going to write down h equals negative 4.9 t minus 2 squared plus, what is that, 20.8? Okay. And people look at this and say, Mr. Sadler, where did that 4 go? They ask me this all the time. Okay. What happened was, to factor this, it's the same as t minus 2 squared. Right? It's just like a factoring business. That's what's happening there. Okay. If you want to know where this negative 2 comes from, you can't do that in your head. This negative 2 comes from there. I want you to show that for now because, as I said, when we get to fractions and messy things to completing the square, you need to, it gets it easily. Okay, please be brave, because I know not everyone knows how to do this because half the class left this question blank on the homework last night. Questions about this one? You guys are so polite. No one wants to ask. Lily, you're going to pass, Whitey? Sorry? Can you please tell me what the vertex is and which way this graph opens? Two and what? 20.8, good. And are we opening upwards or downwards? How do you know? I didn't hear you. I hope you said down. You said down because that's something right. All right, Colton. We have two things. We have a 2 and a 20.8. Which one of those variables is height and which one of those variables is time?
Time is -2.
Okay. So just going to make that your height. Now, if you think of how that's going to go, right? The vertex is a point, x is 2, y is 20, right? Like the graph is going to go something like this. All right. So in English, what that's saying is, after 2 seconds, the ball is 20 meters in the air. You can do it, Andrew. Okay. So yes.
Wait, so it opens. Why does it open down again?
Yeah, it opens down because of the negative 4.9. Okay, it's the number in front of the. It's a number in front of the brackets. Yeah.
So the -2 turns into +2 for the vertex?
Yeah, always for the vertex, and this is something I didn't stress yesterday, and I apologize, I was rushed yesterday. Vertex form to remember is y equals a, x minus h squared plus k. And your vertex is h and k. So what that means is whatever it is inside the brackets, it just flips the signs. So if that would have been t plus 2, the vertex would be negative. Okay. Are you feeling a little bit better now than we were 24 hours ago? I hope so. All right, so let's answer our question here right now, because I saw people were doing a lot of work for this last night. For question A, it says, how high does the ball get? How high does the ball get? Yes. Therefore, the ball goes 20.8 meters high. Okay. This is where I need you to put your thinking caps on, if you have such a thing. For letter B, it says, how long did it take the ball to get this height? You can spend a huge amount of time and effort in doing this, or we can find it instantly. Can someone be brave and tell me the instant answer? Go ahead.
2 seconds.
How'd you get 2 seconds?
Vertex.
It's the x coordinate of the vertex, right? Therefore, it takes 2 seconds for this to happen. Okay, I'm not going to throw my shoe today, but there will be somebody on the next quiz that says, therefore, the maximum point is the height of the ball is -2, 20.8. Okay, that isn't a maximum height. That's like a point on the graph is 2 to 20.8. Right. So the maximum is just the y value. That's where it is. Like the point is 2 and 20.8. Someone okay? Please don't be scared. If I scared you yesterday for the throwing of the shoe, I'm not. I'll slow down. Please ask questions. I'm trying to be a kind person. Okay. I really feel bad about that. Okay, I want to take up number 1 and number 3 on the quiz, because those are the 2 that went down the best. Number 1, if you got full marks, just fall asleep into the next 4 years. Number 1 says, okay, Mr. Sadler. Okay, Mr. Sadler was intentionally mean on this question, and yes, I can say it. I'm a mean teacher. What is meaner about this than the one which we did in class? This one's mean. Why was this one mean? There's negatives in the denominator. Okay, I don't like negatives in the denominator, so I'm just going to get rid of them. Okay, my first step. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. There's a million different ways to get these questions, but I'm going to do that first and just make all the numerators, all the denominators positive. Why did that 2/3, where did I get that 2/3 from? Because that's what a lot of people mixed up on this question. How'd that turn to 2/3? Uh-oh, we don't know. Then go.
Subtract negative 2/3.
Subtracting, so you're subtracting negative 2/3. Very good, so it turns to plus. Right. Okay, now you should hopefully be able to handle this. This turns to negative 4/6. Plus negative 3/6. All over negative 5/8. Oops. Let's try again. Negative 15/24 plus 16/24. Okay, that turns into negative 7/6 all over 1/24. Taylor, I'm picking on you. If you got to this stuff, very good. This is tricky. I put a few tricks. Taylor, can you please tell me what to do right now, if you'd be so kind?
7/6.
Yes.
Divided by -1/24.
Thank you. Keep going, Taylor.
7/6 times -24/1.
Taylor on his, he had negative, I switched to positive. But what he did there, or what he said that he did there right now, was he changed the big fraction to a dividing sign. Remember, we did this lots and then turned to a plus. It turns to be, what is that, negative 144? I can't do it. What is that? Negative 168/6. Okay, some people in the class who shall remain nameless did negative 28/1. That's correct, but negative 28 looks nicer, so just leave it as negative 28. A lot of people got to negative 168/6, and I felt awful because they stopped instead of bringing it to lowest terms. Okay, but you can keep going. Any question with this one? Because a lot of people didn't get full marks on this. Okay, that one is a little bit tricky. I'm gonna do the last one as well because I felt really bad. This has got to be clearly the algebra part. Are we okay? Yes. We know what happened. Yes. A few nods, a few growls, a few snarls. I know what happens after. Number 3 says. By the way, if I'm going too quickly on the notes, you can't keep up with what I'm writing. Please, somebody stop me. Someone from our applied class came to me at lunch today and said, "Yeah, I didn't write down the second half to know that I was still working on the first half." And I'm like, "Okay, stop me if I'm going too quickly. In all honesty." What you say is, "Mr. Sadler, your big hair is blocking the screen. Can you just take a step back?" And I'll say, "No problem." Okay. Thank you. Number 3 is 3x minus 2. 2x plus 4 minus 4 times x plus 5 squared. Okay. This one I wanted people to do better because I told you that something like that negative 4 and x plus 5 squared would be on. And I told you that one person would get it wrong. Unfortunately, a lot more than one person got it wrong. A lot of people told me that x plus 5 squared is equal to x. Look, I'm getting mad saying this. It was equal to x squared plus 25. It's not. Please FOIL. Okay? So I'm going to do this fastly. This turns to 6x squared. Sorry, my wife gets mad at me for poor speech. I have a 3-year-old, so I have to use proper speech in front of my 3-year-old. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that to negative 4. Okay, some people got to this step. Then what they accidentally did was they thought, well, 8 minus 4, and they brought those together. Okay, this 4 is connected to the brackets. It's not connected to the 8. So this is going to be 6x squared plus 8x minus 8. One person, I can't remember who it was. I think I'm going to, if I embarrass you, probably too bad, I'm going to embarrass you right now. You had like a big bracket for the first and a big bracket for the second, and you had a giant FOIL thing you're trying to do that. Whenever you multiply something out, brackets are on. So 6x squared plus 8x minus 8 minus 4x squared minus 20x minus 20x minus 100, which is 6x squared minus 4x squared plus 8x times 20x. There we go. You can do a little different, that's fine, as long as I'll just talk a lot of the book. Please be brave and ask if something was not clear there. Common question? No. I won't, don't worry, I'll take a just coffee break. Actually, I'm going to take a internet timeout break is what I'm going to take. Wouldn't internet, oh God, 15 minutes, no one's ever